Hi, I'm Andrew Hoffman, your professor for English 401, Advanced Writing for the Healthcare Professional. Congratulations for being in this class. Congratulations for being in this program. One of, as you know, the very few bachelor's degree programs in California Community College. So it's a real big deal, basically, to be in this program. Now, you may be saying to yourself, why do I have to take an English class for a HIMSS degree, Health Information Management Systems? Well, because learning how to write well, read well, think critically doesn't stop with English 205, or basically what we might call our sophomore level English. And we can always get a little bit better, right? And so this class, I think it's a really fun class in a lot of ways. I hope it will be fun, but it'll also be instructive. There'll be some review of grammar. As I like to say, we kind of do the high and the low. What do I mean by that? On the one hand, we do big picture type projects. The course basically finishes with a grant proposal project. Don't worry, it's a group project, not individual project. So that's like a big picture thing, right? We also do some fact sheets. We do some critiques of peer-reviewed journal articles within the field of HIM. But we also kind of drill down a little bit into that nitty-gritty stuff. Partly because sometimes that's the part that is weakest. And while you said, well, I got through English 101, I got through English 205. No, am I going to have to write some more? Yes. Because you'll be writing more and more anyway in your career. So specifically speaking, there is a need for this class. And of course, it also does fulfill several objectives laid out by CAHIM. Okay, so if you're thinking, well, this is just something the English department wanted to throw in, no, this is something your accredited body threw in, and we decided to meet some of those CAHIM objectives with this English 401 class. Which objectives? They're listed specifically in the syllabus. Syllabus, oh, did I say syllabus? The single most important document of the semester for a class is the course syllabus. Now, typically my English 401 students are more experienced, more mature. That's code for older, by the way. And so most students understand the syllabus is a very big deal, a very important document. So the first thing that you need to do for this class, even before Wednesday's class meeting, should be to read the syllabus, to know what's in it, so you are familiar with what's expected of you, where this class is headed, how grades are determined, that kind of thing. Okay, so the syllabus will be posted on Canvas. I will also be shooting an email out to the entire class with a copy of the syllabus. Don't ignore it. Speaking of being ignored, one of the things that you'll see in the syllabus are my office hours. I have office hours every day, Monday through Friday, from 10 to 11. Now, I understand that time doesn't always work for people, especially if you have jobs. Although, there's other opportunities for us to get together outside of our class time and even outside of office hours if we can find a mutually convenient time. I'm more than happy to set aside some time to meet with you if that's the only way we can talk. That's great. Okay, we can do that. Now, the books for the class you need to acquire. The first one is called Grammar and Writing for the Healthcare Professional, which is now in the 3rd edition by Oberg and Ville-Marie. It is a costly book. I'm going to grant you that. I'm kind of amazed, and but there's no other book really for this particular course that's available across the country as far as I know, right? Please acquire it as soon as possible. We have tests that will happen for the material. We'll be obviously discussing the material during course meetings, during class meetings. There'll be testing every week on that material, except of course for the first week of the semester. And there will be a final exam. Okay. The other course required textbook is the APA manual. I have listed the 6th edition for this semester, partly because that was the one that I knew about. There is a 7th edition out. If you already have acquired the 7th edition, that's fine. Just keep it. We'll make it work. If you haven't and you want to acquire the newest version, that's fine too. I'll make the adjustments. I do have a copy of the 7th edition as well, but I was not informed that there was a 7th edition until the book orders had already been in place for quite some time. So officially we're using the 6th edition. We can make any adjustments for 7th edition as needed. Okay. Couple of other things. First of all, this is a remote learning class, right? Which is a little bit different from traditional distance education, which I consider an oxymoron, by the way, because there's nothing traditional about distance ed. But this is a synchronous class, and what that means is we will have class sessions on Wednesdays in the evening, okay? And you need to be there on Zoom. One thing I want to point out is that there is an unusual blip in our schedule. And that is that the Veterans Day holiday is November 11th. Now, typically, the district has tried to move that holiday either to the first Monday before it or the first Monday after it, something close to it. They've not done so. Okay. So that actually cuts our meetings in by 1. Okay. So we actually don't have 8 meetings, we have 7 meetings, but the official end of the semester is still December 14th. Okay. So it's a bit of a quirk. Okay. The good news is because this is a remote on-learning class, we will not just be, how shall I say, tied to the classroom, even if it's tied to the remote classroom. In other words, the semester will actually end on the Monday, the 14th. There will be no Zoom meeting. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but I am saying materials will be due on that day, the grant writing project and your final exam. Okay, which is okay. I mean, it's not ideal. I need to get on the calendar committee, shake those people up a little bit. One of the other things that is different about doing this class compared to what we normally do, is we have discussion threads. I shouldn't say that's different. We do have discussion threads in the normal class as well. The due dates for them will be, again, a little bit more flexible because of that hangover from the holiday, the Veterans Day holiday. So again, that will kind of hang into that final Monday. All right, I'm just kind of sending a warning out. So what I want to just do is say, how should you best approach this class? How are you going to be most successful? 1, keep in contact. You need to check your emails virtually every day of the semester, at least Monday through Friday. Don't say, oh, it's a Wednesday class, I don't need to look at stuff until Tuesday night. That's not going to work. It's not going to fly. It's not going to make it. Primarily, we communicate, through messaging on Canvas, right? Or announcements. on Canvas. If it's something that I want to send to the entire class, typically I'll make it an announcement. If I just want to talk to one of you, typically I'll do that in the form of a message. I'm not going to send an announcement to one person. But that's my end of it. The problem is I get students who don't check their materials. They don't check their emails. They don't check their messages. I know emails are for old people, right? I heard that probably 15 years ago. I don't care. Check your emails, okay? If you live and die on your texting, it's going to be a bit of a problem, okay? So, also, Canvas app. Very nice to have a Canvas app on your phone, but it can be a little deceiving sometimes in terms of due dates. Again, we have a little bit of the benefit of meeting on a regular basis, so it's not quite like you're totally out there on your own. But for instance, with the discussion threads, we have 4, count them 4, yes, 4 discussion threads. But they have 2 due dates, but only one due date can show up on Canvas, which is the final due date. Discussion threads will be posted. You'll have to write an initial thread of your own, which should be about 350 to 500 words. That will be graded, right? 50 points basically is how that works. Then after that, you have to write posts or replies, if you will, replies to the posts of 2 of your peers. Those need to be about 150 to 250 words. Those will get 25 points each. That's a total of 100 points. But you won't see that total until the 2 weeks is up. And if you're just looking at your Canvas app, you may lose, first of all, the first due date. You might go, oh, wait, what's going on with that? Mr. Hoffman gave me 50 points. Didn't you like everything I did? It's like, yeah, 50 out of 50 is great. Then there's an additional 25 and another 25. Wait for it. Then you get to 100. I do not want to hear people screaming at me, how come I only got 50 points on my post and you said it was wonderful? I'll think your ability to follow directions is not so great. One last word about remote. I will be posting a single personal ID remote invitation for class. Wednesdays at 5 o'clock, lasting until 8:30. We will use the same invitation each and every week. There is no password, okay? I do use a waiting room. Okay, so I bring people in. Yes, I'm a bit of a control freak. But also, with a waiting room, I don't have to require a password. All right, just so you know that. So every Wednesday, except of course for November 11th, which is Veterans Day, we will meet online through Zoom. 5 to 8:30. It is the worst time period on the planet. Don't ask me why they do it this way, but we're trying to be consistent with the rest of the program. I think it's silly. We will take a break through the Zoom for about 20 minutes, usually. Get a little nature call, get a little something to eat, just kind of relax. I've had students say, oh, it's okay, we don't need the break. Let's just go straight through. It's like, no, I need the break. Okay, have a little pity on me. So expect to do that, right? 5 to 8:30, somewhere in the middle there, we'll take a little bit of a break, 15 to 20 minutes, depending on what our situation is in terms of our time. Okay. First night, October 14th. I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody, meeting you all. Hopefully things will work on Zoom properly. I'm assuming so because the benefit of being in the second 8-week session of the fall semester is you've already kind of got hopefully most of the technical kinks out of your system. As I said, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Have a great day.